So these are our member universities and policing organisations, and we're collectively funded by our university partners and Police Scotland and the Scottish Police Authority. So this is our team. So this is what Gary was referring to earlier. There are some changes in the team in the last while. So I'm the director, Monica's Knowledge Exchange and Business Manager. Isla is somewhere. Isla is the new Comms and Dissemination Officer. Simon is our administrator. They're both part-time. And then we have 4 thematic networks which run, and these are each going to have a stall next door, so please go along to our networks. So we have Business Relations, we have Penny, Evidence and Investigation, and Wilna, Leslie McMillan is somewhere over here, Public Protection, and Andy Tatnall and Andrew Bliff, Andy is somewhere here. Their network has changed name and scope slightly from Educational Leadership Network to the Organisational Development Network. So please go to their stalls, talk to them, talk to the other academics or practitioners who they engage with, and think about how, as academics or practitioners, you can engage with the network. That's what we would encourage you to do. And we also have a new area which launched last year under Kirsty Grant, our Director for Development, and that's about mainly ECR, or UK researchers and PhD student development. And Kirsty supports the postgrad community along with Esme O'Donnell, who is our new postgraduate coordinator. So that's our other structures, the Board of Governance, which Gary chairs. We have an International Advisory Committee, Executive Committee, which is the leadership team, and leadership from Police Scotland and Scottish Police Authority. And then I've talked through the structures in terms of our networks and our support staff. As you'll have seen from the banner and everything, our mission is to support internationally excellent multidisciplinary policing research to enable evidence-informed policy and practice. So we have 4 aims, which is around research, knowledge exchange, learning and innovation, and partnerships, and that's where a lot of our activity sits. And we have 3 thematic areas, which are our strategic research priorities, one around policing and health and well-being, one around technology and digital policing, and the third around policing systems capability and resilience. So there are our overarching strategic priorities. So in terms of opportunities this academic year, which we're in currently, I'll talk about the main grant in a moment. I will talk about also the Think Big Leverage Fund. Is a fund that we've had for the last couple of years. This is about a small amount of money to help people to leverage larger external grants to work to support researchers with that. That's up to £2,000 per application. We can also support researchers by providing letters of support for external grants and saying how we will support knowledge exchange and dissemination if those are successful. We also have a responsive research fund where the ideas for the knowledge gap come from our policing partners. We'll have 2 more of these coming this year. We awarded one this year, which is on good practice in the transfer of care in terms of mental health, so that's ongoing. And we have one which was awarded last year, which the report is just being finalised. And I'm pleased to say that 2 of the researchers who are involved in conducting the report here, so Myrtle and Tanisha, are in the audience. They're going to be at the SIPR stall later if anyone would like to come and speak to them. And that's a systematic literature review around implementing anti-racism in policing. So please come and speak to them later. So that's some of the research opportunities we have. So today we're launching our main grant for this year, which is a £40,000 pot. We don't have tons of money for research, but we do what we can. In Cyprus, this is our main grant for this year. It's broad in scope. It's on policing contemporary social harms and challenges. So it could cover a range of areas. For example, some priorities might be policing minoritized groups, considering intersectionality as well, policing people who use drugs, sex work, hate crime. There's a whole range of areas that could be covered. If you look at the QR code, you'll find out more information about that call. And it's up to £20,000 per application, and the deadline is the 29th of May. So that's being launched today. We also You'll also see other events coming up, including applied psychology in forensic settings, which go to Penny's network. Ava and her network is leading on that. If you want to find out more about that, there is information on the events page for SIPR as well. We are relaunching our Knowledge Exchange and Dissemination Fund, which I'll talk about in a moment. We're also today launching our Impact Awards. We always have these in the last couple of years since we brought them in. We brought in the Impact Awards to acknowledge the wonderful, impactful research that is done in our community, in our Scottish research community. So there's a main award and there's an early career researcher award. I'll talk about that more in a moment. And we also can support generally any of our members across our universities and practitioners with dissemination opportunities, so helping with formatting of reports, briefing papers, sharing on social media, our website, sharing our newsletter, asking people to contribute to our annual report. So if you have ideas of what you'd like to contribute to our annual report, come and speak to us at our SIPR table. And we can help run seminars, webinars, etc. And we're also leading with policing partners on looking at how to document and maximise pathways to impact within policing organisations. So today we're relaunching our Knowledge Exchange and Dissemination Fund. So this is, for the remainder of this year, we've already spent some money on events, so we have £5,000 left for the remainder of this academic year. People can apply, researchers, practitioners can apply for up to £1,000 per application. It's a rolling basis, so there's a deadline. You can apply whenever you're ready to apply. As long as there's money left, you have a good idea. It's a simple, short application form it will be. And that's to support, it can support the delivery of organisation of knowledge exchange events, or travel, or infographics, etc. that you might want to do. Our Impact Awards, I already mentioned, the deadline for that will be the 7th of May, and those awards will be announced at the SIPR conference. So you can nominate yourself, you can nominate your colleagues, and they can be individual or team, two prizes, as I mentioned. We also support learning, innovation, and partnerships. So, for example, we have PhDs that have been advertised this year. Those applications are now being processed, and that will be announced in April. We have our postgrad symposium for postgraduate students to present the date for the conference on the 27th of May. So please save the date and look at the events page. We encourage as many people as possible to come. We also have practitioner fellowships, which Andrew and Andy's network are reinvigorating, so where we have academics to mentor and support practitioners to engage in research. We have early career researcher grants, which we just brought in this year, so we're trying to innovate and roll with the times and bring in new things. Those were awarded in October to 3 researchers for £3,000 each. So those are ongoing. We support through Kirsten's network and Esme's work the postgraduate community, so please go to their stall as well. So I think I've covered the main areas of what's going on in SIPR at the moment. We try and support a lot of activities. If you have other ideas, please get in touch. We're really here today to re-engage with a lot of members, go to the stalls, warm up, have lunch, mingle, and please, one of the things you'll see is about keeping in touch. So if you please scan that QR code, what you can do is you can tip, if you want to be part of a network, you can sign up to the network mailing list, you can speak to the associate directors in the various stalls. We also have a meet the researchers stall, where there are specific slots for different researchers at different times, starting from 12:30 and have 20-minute or half-hour slots to go and speak to those researchers on those specific topics. But please